Hello as usual and welcome to the lab. And today's special guest is not up there, it's down here. And it's this lovely, freshly made cup of tea. No, actually it's this small item here, which is probably, knocking the camera there, well, it's not probably, it is the oldest thing I own. Though, what is it first? Well, it's a Kodak box Brownie number 2, model F. This was not made in England. This particular one was made in Canada. Hey! Hello to all my Canadian friends. Yes, this is property of Canada. Number 2 box Brownie. I don't say box, but number 2. Difficult to read, but made in Canada. So, what is it? Well, it's a camera, a normal picture camera. How old is it? Well, according to my research, it was built anytime between 1924 and 1935, which makes this anywhere, at the time of filming, anywhere between 77 to 88 years old. So it is definitely the oldest thing I own, oldest piece of technology I own. I do have something else from a similar age, a piece of medical equipment, but that's for another video. Let's have a look at the scale of this thing actually. Well, we're here using the standard Mega Drive scale, or if you're in America or Canada, the what do you call them? Genesis scale. There we go. That's how large the box Brownie is compared to one of them. It's not a big thing. It's very small. So, this thing used what's called 200 film, which you can still actually get. Yes, you can actually take this out, take pictures, and get them processed. Because there's companies, including Kodak, that still support this film. Quite amazing, saying this is so old. At the front we have the lens, well, the shutter for the lens, and we have not one but 2 eyepieces. This is so, there's one on the top there, you can take pictures in portrait, there's one on the side, or landscape mode. This is supported by 2 tripod holes, one on the bottom for portrait, one on the side for landscape. Simple, eh? On the top, you've got your handle. Now there's no electronics in here, no microchips. This is just completely manual, film based. On the side, you've got your winder for your film. The bottom is just the tripod support. This side, tripod support. The back, you've got your panel, including your clip to hold it in, and an eyepiece that allows you to see whether there's a film in place. Now, believe it or not, this Model F was the first one to be built out of metal. The ones before this, the box Brownie ones, were built out of cardboard, covered in leatherette. So they don't tend to survive as often as these. And as you can see, even age has even affected this one. But overall, considering its age, it's not too bad. In fact, it's bloody good. So, we'll have a look at how this thing works. First of all, let's go in the back of the film area. Now, very nice to see, in the back cover, we have the patents. Number 2 Brownie, Model F, patented in USA, October 6, 1914, February 1st, 1916, and March 21st, 1916. Patents pending. I think they may have had those patents by now. It'd actually be interesting if somebody knows how to actually look up those patents. Could be interesting. Inside we have, you can see down to the lens, and there is a metal cage. Now there is a way to get this out, and I think all you do is you pull this. Aha! You pull that, and it releases this cage, and out it comes. This is the cage that holds the film, and this is where I want you lot to help me, because as I rotated it up, to my great surprise, we found there's actually still a film in this thing. Wow. Now, I know they still make this film, and you can even get original film which is expired, so you use at your own risk. There's no way I can tell the age of this unless there's some specialist who knows the design or something, but I can't tell the age of this, and I think it might be interesting to see if this has been exposed or not. Now, I will admit I did expose a little bit of the film myself, because I pulled this open to see what was inside, and a little bit of the film did hit the light, but only a few centimeters. So if it has been used, that means there could potentially be pictures on here. But the thing is, if this is really old, this is like 1940s, 1950s, even if there was pictures on there, this may have degraded by now, and yes, be completely buggered. So, I know what you're going to say, but I'm going to ask anyway. Should I develop this at a cost of £8? I know what you're going to say, but I'm going to ask anyway. So, that's the film. Let's put that very gently over there. This is the cage. Very simple design. Where are we? There's the top. So, real that you saw on the outside. There she is. Grabs onto this and pulls. So the film is sitting there, gets pulled over these two rollers, sits behind here, lens opens, poosh, exposes the film to the light, and then you wind it on, and it goes and gets stored in here. Ta-da! Very simple design. Now the fact, I don't know, well, I imagine that as this film is used, there's only one spool, so you spool it around to the second one, it gathers around there, and then when you're finished you wind it back somehow. I don't know the exact workings of this, so could be interesting. Or did it sit at the bottom and get pulled? No, it would have got pulled this way. So it's interesting whether this has been exposed or not, because I can't see how you'd rewind it. Please let me know. I am not an expert, and I will admit I'm not an expert. So, with the cage taken out, very difficult to see, but you just got the lens at the bottom of the box, which in this case needs cleaning. I have to clean most of this, but that still needs doing. Now for the really interesting bit, because we're going to go in the front, which is quite simple to remove, he says. Watch it not open now. Just get your nails in, and there we go. Front comes away. Now, the viewfinders have degraded the mirrors, so it does need new mirrors cutting, and perhaps new glass, because they're a bit shot. Looks like they used plastic and it's degraded over the years, but I can't imagine that's a difficult job. So this is the mechanism itself. Now, I didn't tell you before, because I'm neglectful, but there are two levers on the top, but I'm now glad that I didn't tell you, because you can see how they work. Now, here's the basic lever which controls taking your picture. So, as you move it up, it's a very simple design. As you move it, it pushes on this spring here, which puts tension on that, and eventually pushes it up, and your film is exposed. Yeah, very simple design. That didn't work brilliantly when I first got it, but I oiled it, and now it works wonderfully. He says as it falters there. So there we go. Now here we have a lever which has got different apertures on. So you've got standard aperture. Watch quickly. Okay. Feel the click. Medium. And small aperture. There you go. I was going to slow that down, but I think you can see that well enough. Medium. And large aperture. Obviously to let more light in. an interesting thing for cameras at the time, which I didn't think they had at this vintage, is the lever on the right, which pull up and actually stops that from closing. So you can expose for as long as you want, and then, okay, not working too well. It was working earlier. These are very reliable usually. There you go. Open and yeah. Normally when you push it down, that reshuts itself. So it's oiling again. There we go. So there we go. That is technology. Camera technology that's at time of filming is somewhere between 70 and 80 years old. 70 odd to 80 odd years old. The cameras actually started production, well, the Brownies started production in 1901, so there are older models of the box. Just this Model F started production in 1924 and finished in 1935. So let's put her back together. On the inside you can just see the two eyepieces for the viewfinders. Put her back together. There we go. So these are not too, because you can still get film for them, they're not actually too expensive to use. Talking them probably about £15, including development for the whole process. So not too bad. We'll have to take it down to the camera shop for them to show me how to use it if they know. But the camera shop that we go to is pretty good, so they should know how to use one of these. So we got this for £5, so it's not too bad, as they usually sell for about £10–15. You pick one of these up at a very good price, and if you have a look on the internet you can see plenty of pictures taken with these, and they are pretty impressive and sharp because of this big lens. Very difficult to tell with a properly taken picture the difference between this and a modern system. So that is my box Brownie 2. Very small, very cute, and I shall be using it in the field someday soon, so I'll be doing a video of that. So from the early from the early 20th century, and my cup of tea. Thank you, sirs and madams, very much.